Welcome back to Travels of Preston. If this is your first time stopping by, salute to you. You can catch me every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time right here on my channel, where I will be discussing travel recommendations, travel tips, and just about anything dealing with travel. Do not forget to open the description box and check out my other links to my Instagram and Facebook. Also, hit the like button and subscribe to become part of the travel family. It is very important to leave a comment because I love feedback from y'all and tell me what you think about today's episode. Check out my previous episodes and let me know what you think about them as well. Today's episode is very special to me because I have my wife, Lavi. Say hi.
Hello.
So today I brought her on here because I wanted to talk about Mexico City. It was very special for us because we got to celebrate our anniversary there. So let's just jump right into it. So how'd you feel about, Mexico City?
I loved it. I think that most people try to maybe go to the resorts when thinking about Mexico. Cancun is really big, but Mexico City has a lot to offer.
Yeah, I mean, you know how I like to travel. I don't like resorts. I'm not a big resort type of person.
Yeah.
I like to, because I feel like the resorts don't really have the culture. You won't find the culture because it's more entertainment wise, whatever like that. But I do like the fact that, we got to go see Mexico City. And that was my first time going to Mexico. Was that your first time?
That was my first time going to Mexico too.
Okay. So yeah, that was our first time we got to experience it together. And like I said, what made it even more special was the anniversary part, on top of that. But so let's get right into some of the points of interest that we got to experience. Like I said, we was only there for like 4 or 5 days, so we didn't get a chance to see everything. And I would love to go back to Mexico City once things are, calmed down in the world. So the first thing I want to talk about is Zocalo. Oh, also caveat. Hey, I'm not going to pronounce all these words correctly. All right. So let's not even, let's not even talk about that. Be like, he mispronounced. No, hey. Watch your mouth, watch your tone. All right, just,
bear with us.
Yeah, bear with us. We'll try to have everything spelled out, a little pop-ups, all right? But anyway, Zocalo. So Zocalo is essentially their big square, all right? That's like where they got like their metropolitan buildings, their large cathedral and things of that nature. But we loved it. I mean, just in that square alone is huge. And I'll go into the details a little later on that, but as how large it is, whatever. But it definitely, like we went down there, it was no festivals going on, I don't think, but we got down there and they had the little, I don't know what they're called, shamans or whatever. And they was like putting sage on people. I guess what black people call it sage and all that stuff, getting warn away evil spirits and stuff.
Yeah.
And which is pretty dope. I think I let them do one on me. And I was like, all right, kind of killing my lungs with, whatever the hell I'm breathing in. But it was dope, though. You know what I'm saying? Just to experience that. And my wife, she was scared. She didn't want to do it, though. She was just like, oh, I'm just going to sit here and take a picture of you doing it.
I'll just observe. I'm okay.
That's whack. Everybody out there, hey, everybody got to try it, But, yeah, we got to walk around that square for a little while. They also had like a little, like a little minor festival, I guess. But it was like they was dancing. You remember?
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Like I guess they were locals, like local indigenous type people, because they was dressed up in their traditional garments, I guess, and they was doing dances. And obviously I'm not fluent in Spanish, so I'm not 100%, what they were saying, but it was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was beautiful to watch.
Yeah, I mean, I thought so. Just to soak it in, because the square, had so many people just soaking in the sun, soaking in the vibes. People was eating, just watching them do their thing. They were walking around. We being tourists, we were just like culture shocked because that's not our culture. And that's one of the beauties of traveling, that you get to, see other people live. So, so we definitely did that. We walked around Zocalo and the cathedral. That brings me to the next point of interest with the cathedral.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, it was. It looks ancient.
It was breathtakingly beautiful.
So you want to go ahead? You want to talk about it? Go ahead and elaborate on how beautiful you think it was, or some of the, if you remember some of like the architecture.
Yes, the architecture, it was outstanding. You can obviously tell that they put a lot of care into the preservation of the artifacts there, and there was a lot of people there. So we were with our tour guide, so we didn't get to necessarily walk around the entire cathedral.
Yeah.
But from the points of interest that we did see within the cathedral, they showed some of the major artifacts, and then they showed a little bit about the history and the year it was built, and they talked about services are still.
Oh yeah, they still do services.
Yeah, services are still in place, and it was an amazing sight to see.
Yeah, because so like you said, the cathedral was built in the early 1800s, so it's been around for a couple hundred years or whatever. So it's pretty dope to see people still use that. And then it's had like a big fence that was around it, whatever, that you have to go inside or whatever. And then obviously there's a long line, tourists going in and out or whatever. But
it's a
it was
attraction.
yeah, oh yeah, it definitely was nice though. I loved it. Then what else was around there? I think it was just pretty much they had like a little parliament type building. Obviously that's just any other government building, whatever. But it looked very nice on the outside.
Yeah.
I wish we had that in America. Like I don't, what I'm saying? Like obviously we don't have parliament, but it was like our government buildings look like just run of the mill buildings. But going with that, they definitely take pride, and I actually find that in like any country I go to, like they take pride in building their museums and government buildings and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, and I think it's pretty dope. Like I said,
yeah.
Also, okay, so the next point of interest is the Templo Mayor Museum. Obviously, it's a museum or whatever, but it's like more like ruins. It's like ancient ruins, like I guess Aztec, and you just go out there, you see the ruins, and it's really just ruins. And like I said, we had a personal tour guide, so that was a weird part of the tour guide. Excellent tour guide. I recommend it to anybody. I wish I remember the name, but we got it through the hotel that we stayed at. But it was kind of weird because we were the only English speaking people on the tour. And literally we'll have to walk around by ourselves while he did the tour in Spanish for like 30 minutes. And then he'd be like, "Oh, Americans, come over here. Let me give you this, in English now." So it's kind of like, you have to wait your turn. We always had to, since the majority of the group was
Spanish.
Yeah, Spanish speaking. We had to wait our turn, whatever. So that gave us the opportunity to really take a lot of pictures and just soak it in.
Wander around and look and see. Yeah.
So that was cool. But like I said, the Templo, it was just beautiful just to see how they just build around it. Like they didn't try to disturb. They just really was more concerned with preserving, that area, which I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And, they just built around it, and, they actually, obviously you can't touch anything, but you could just take pictures. So that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
The next thing is, actually the biggest, I don't want to say the biggest, but I would say it's probably, I guess in Mexico City, probably be the largest attraction would be the Basilica of Our Lady of Guadalupe, which is super dope. It's sort of like two churches. So like one is like the big, the big church that they actually have all the services and stuff like that.
Right.
And if you remember, the other building was like right next to them, but it wasn't that many people in that one. But the other one was huge. Like they actually had mass and all that stuff like that in there while we was taking a tour. So it's kind of like,
you had to be very respectful, be quiet.
Yeah.
They reminded you that, if there is service going on. So just be very respectful of that as you take pictures and walk through quietly.
Oh, yeah, definitely to be quiet.
Yeah.
And I think like the other half of that cathedral or that, church or whatever, like I said, didn't have as many people. I think there was just more people just kind of praying or whatever. So you still had to be quiet. But like I said, it wasn't as many people. It wasn't an active sermon going on.
Right.
But they had like all the gold statues and, stuff like that.
It was amazing architecture.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Yeah, I did love that part. And like I said, just once again, just soaking it in and, Because the Basilica is at the end of this very long, almost like a one-way street. I think it was a one-way street. And you had to go up some steps or whatever. And then it opens up into a big courtyard. And like I said, they have the main cathedral on the side and they have the little smaller one right in front of the steps or whatever. And usually everybody congregates in that big square and just, I guess, hang out and, talk or whatever. But like I said, like it has a very rich history of Lady of Guadalupe, and I wish I could remember all of it, but it was a very long tour. I highly encourage any viewers to really research and get in depth with it, and actually go to Mexico City to see these sites. The next thing is, I guess, one of the more famous visually would be the Paseo de Balas Artes. I really apologize for butchering y'all language, but that's the one with the little orange-looking dome. And it's pretty much just a museum, but it's a museum for fine arts. Yeah. And I'm not really into fine arts like that, so
Bellas Artes.
Yeah, Bellas.
Bellas Artes.
There you go.
But I like fine art, so that was a highlight for me. I was pretty impressed and amazed, and just soaking everything in, soaking in the culture.
Yeah, like they have some great artists. Wish I knew their names. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like I just think it was pretty dope. And I enjoyed the outside more. Got to take pictures. I just like the dome. Like the dome was just beautiful. Like just the gradient of the orange going to like the bronze, the way the sun was shining off of it. It was very nice.
Very beautiful.
Yeah, very beautiful. I thought it was going to be something else besides, a fine art museum. But, like I said, it was still beautiful, still lovely. And that's right off the strip, right next to the park. Yeah. You remember walking through the park? So we walked through a park. They have this huge park. They have like bazaar type feel to it. Mm-hmm. A lot of water fountains and stuff like that. So it was real nice. We actually bought our son a Nacho Libre, action figure. Yeah. So that was pretty cool. He enjoyed that when we brought that to him. And then we also bought some of these dolls. You want to show the dolls?
Yeah, we always try to get the kids little authentic trinkets. So this was one of the dolls that we picked up, and there was another one as well. And the kids adore them. So
yeah, I mean,
yeah, they're cute.
I always try to get the kids something besides like a T-shirt that says "I went to Mexico," because they grow out of it. Yeah. But this is something that no matter how old they get, they will be able to take it with them, or I can keep it for them, however it works out. Yeah. But I definitely love that part of it. So I guess I think on that same street or around that same area, they have the Paso de la Reforma, which is pretty much like a road. It's like a street, but it's very long and literally it has all these statues in like these like roundabouts and stuff like that. Yeah. Remember? So they have the one that has this huge golden eagle on the top. I think it's an eagle. Maybe it's a winged creature, put it that way. But yeah, like, so, up there, and it's like, it's real beautiful, whatever. And like I said, like, I just love how they got the roundabouts and they have all these statues in the middle. It's hard to get to them places sometimes because, like, obviously there's no parking and it's a roundabout. Yeah. So a lot of times, like, say, like how we navigated the city, we did the hop on, hop off because it was just easy. But as far as the hop on, hop off goes, they don't let you off necessarily anywhere close to it. So pretty much we just drove down the street, and then we usually sit at the top of the hop on, hop off. So, we actually in the elements. Just
take pictures while we're in motion. Try to get the best shot we can.
So that kind of sucks. But so if you actually have the opportunity, try to catch a cab in that area and walk around. I didn't really find anything, threatening, anything like that. So definitely I recommend catching a cab over there so you can see a lot of the statues. Yeah. Okay. So you got the big thing too is they have the square of the three cultures. So there's it was different, obviously different people invaded, Mexico. So, you have the indigenous people, And then you had like the Spanish, they came and conquered. So I had a lot of cultures, like a lot of mixture of cultures. So you got this little square that literally you could see bits and pieces of remnants of different cultures, different societies, all blended in. They just took it. They just said, "Hey, I like what you did on this. We're going to adopt that into our society." So you have a lot of that going on in the square of the three cultures. That was pretty nice too to see that type of, because I'm really into architect
and history.
Yeah, so if anybody knows me, I like the history and I really love architecture. I really like to see the Gothic or the ancient ways how they used to do things. So that really, like I said, that really touches me. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I got to experience it with my wife. The last thing I want to talk about that was real big for us, and I was saying there's many, many things to see down there.
Yeah.
So don't just take what I say as like, oh, that's all we have to see. Like, no, like I said, we was only there for 4 or 5 days, so we had to hit the main points. But we actually took a hour and a half road trip outside of Mexico City, and then as we was driving on the highway, they have a certain area. It's on the left hand side when you're leaving Mexico City. And they're like favelas, whatever, like those shanty towns, like that's built into the mountains. Remember those?
Yeah.
That it was like 4 billion houses, like all stacked on top of each other, going up a mountain, and they're all colorful. I'm not sure what they look like when you get up close, but from the highway, it just looks colorful, beautiful, very aesthetically pleasing to the eye. As you're driving or leaving Mexico City. But so the reason why we left Mexico City is because we took a tour to the pyramids. Now, I have no idea how to pronounce this word, but it's like Teotihuacan. You want to take a stab at it? I don't know. Oh, okay.
I don't want to butcher. No.
I'll butcher it. It's like Teotihuacan or something like that. But they have 2 pyramids there. They have the Pyramid of the Sun, which is the largest one. And then the other one is the Pyramid of the Moon. So the Pyramid of the Sun, you can walk all the way to the top. But if you take a tour out there, normally the tour would say, hey, you got to pretty much choose one or the other to go up, just due to time. Because normally the tour of the Sun, the line was wrapped all around the base of the pyramid, which it took hours to get up, whatever.
There would have been no way that we could have tackled both. So it's one or the other.
Yeah. Unless you get lucky and
get there super early.
Or just good timing, time of the year, whatever, where there's not maybe not a lot of tourists. But we did get to walk up the Pyramid of the Moon, which was bananas, because it's like, I don't know who built this, but their mathematics were a little off. Because a lot of the steps were like uneven, as far as like you might have a big 12-inch step, and then you might have a 5-inch step, then you might have an 8-inch step. So it was just like, it was very like varying, whatever, going up. Yeah. So it was super steep. I don't know the incline of the, but it literally you had to like hold on to the guide rope. Mm-hmm. Now you had some yahoos out there that was just bold and brave. That was like, oh, I'm too good to hold on to the rope. Not Preston. All right.
Not me.
Preston's gonna hold this rope because I'm trying to get back home, so I can talk to you guys. So, because if you fall, it's a wrap.
That's it.
Like there is nothing stopping you. Like it's nothing but rock, boulder, and dirt. So, and a couple of humans that you might take along with you. But yeah, like so we got up to the top. You could see a 360 look. Now, the only thing I did talk about the Pyramid of the Moon is that you can only go halfway up because of safety reasons. Yeah. It was too unstable, like the rest of the pyramid. And you can't go inside neither one of the temples or whatever, or the pyramids. But just to see pyramids in Mexico was pretty dope, you know what I'm saying? Something that predates a lot of things, BC type stuff.
Yeah, and to learn about the Aztec culture too.
Well, I had BC AD, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
To learn about the Aztec culture too was very interesting. I feel like, that whole population is so rich in culture, and I think that was the highlight, just learning so much about that civilization and all they've done.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And to see their remains.
Yeah, I mean, they had like they had like a walkway to the mountain, like to the mountain, to the pyramid.
Hmm.
So from the pyramid of the sun, they have like little bitty pyramids that you can walk upon. And I think they're doing like sacrifices and all types of stuff. I can't remember the name of the little path to get to the pyramid of the moon, but they had to do something with death, I know. And they got little bitty pyramids going all the way down. They're like real small though. They're like
Yeah.
maybe 50 steps or less
Hmm.
going up. And you can go on top and see a little bit of the aerial view. And like I said, once you get to the top of either one of the pyramid, the big large pyramids,
Yeah.
you can really see how vast the area is. Like there's nothing out there but just grass, dirt, and whatever.
Yeah.
So like I said, we spent a few hours out there, which was pretty dope.
Hmm.
And then we also did. They have like a little like a souvenir shop out there.
Yeah.
The souvenir shop was pretty cool. The lady, she took what was that plant? Remember she had a plant that she used to like. I cannot remember. It's okay. I can't remember,
Yeah.
but she pretty much was showing us different little like old methods that they used to do to make like paper or something like something. It was like an aloe. It was aloe. Remember, it was like an
Hmm.
aloe plant. I can't remember exactly what they was doing with it, but I know I had to do something with aloe. I have to get back with you guys on that one. But we also got to taste test salsa, like
Yeah, one
homemade.
of one of the
Yeah,
most spiciest
yeah, that thing was a little
salsas.
caliente.
Muy
Yeah, muy
caliente.
caliente. So yeah, the chips. And now normally I was kind of skeptical. That thing was just sitting out. I was like, we ain't got no refrigeration out here. You know what I'm saying? But when in Rome type deal. So we ate the chip. It was good. I didn't get sick or anything.
Yeah. And we were
Um,
prepared. We do have the Modi Madi on deck
oh yeah, gotta have the Imodium AD. I recommend that for every
every
trip.
trip.
And like I said, we did that. We ate at a restaurant out there. They had the mariachi band come in, and got to see them play
Hmm.
while we ate food. While I had a cerveza, aka what's the beer? Corona. We had a Corona, and I thought it was gonna taste differently. No, it's still trash. Um, I'm sorry, I don't drink Corona, but I was like, let me get a Corona in Mexico because I'm thinking it's probably gonna be good.
It's the same.
It's the same. But yeah, like, so, hey, whoever likes Corona, hey, more power to you. But like I said, the rest of the trip, that essentially is pretty much all we did for those 4 days. And we actually got to go to a like a little trinket shop where
Yeah.
it was a guy. He worked on the Titanic, or was it? I know he did something with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
I can't remember which movie, but so he made little trinkets and stuff like that, and from by hand. And I think he
Hmm.
carved it out of like gold and silver and stuff like that. So that was pretty cool. That little part of the tour took a while, but I think that was like kind of off the beaten path. Like I don't think everybody goes to this particular establishment,
Hmm.
but we went there, and then they offer you something to drink, and I said, "Oh, I'll just take some water." Lady looked at me like, "Oh, you're not a man?" I'm like, "Damn, why I gotta be all that?" So she was just like, drink tequila, and I'm like, "It's 8 o'clock in the morning," and she looking at me like, "Okay," and I'm like, "All right, give me uno, shot," and I drunk that shot. That thing was so hard, so harsh. I was like, "Oh my god, give me a Pepsi." Like, let me wash this down. But it was good. And but like I said, some of these, some of the things that we got a authentic bottle of, tequila, and we got a shot glass, nice old, Aztec type shot glass for y'all. And we got this at the Pyramid of the Sun. You're supposed to blow in this hole, and it kind of like makes a sound or whatever. But
Yeah, it's like a whistle.
yeah, I'm not gonna really blow into it right now. But and obviously we got some pesos for you. If you never seen the Mexican currency, it's 100 pesos. I usually collect any type of currency denomination from the countries I go to. So just as another part of being a souvenir. So just to recap, so some of the things that we found that was very exciting was just the historical sites.
Yeah.
Definitely the food.
The food was amazing.
Food is amazing. Like Taco Bell should just, you know what I'm saying, just shut it down. Like if you think Taco Bell is real, you know, Mexican food, yeah, just stop, you know. We would, and then like I said, like in the culture.
Yeah.
Like the culture was amazing.
It was amazing.
I love how they respect their ancestors. They still honor their ancestors. They still carry on certain traditions. I love that part of Mexico, and I can't wait to see other parts of Mexico, which we're supposed to be going to Tulum, Mexico this summer for her birthday. So hopefully we get to do that in a couple of months.
We shall see.
Yeah, we shall see. Yeah. What are some bad things you think?
I think that everything was pretty spread far apart. So you have to have a cab or a tour guide or anticipate paying for that hop on, hop off, because everything is super spread out. It's not like you're a tourist in DC and you're going to be able to walk to all the sites that you need to get to. You're going to have to come out of your pocket and be prepared to pay for a cab or get on those hop on, hop offs.
Yeah. I mean, it's just not a walkable city at all.
It is not.
Which, that kind of sucks sometimes. But yeah, like I said, you definitely got to use public transportation in some type of, way or fashion.
Yeah.
And just like another thing, just be very wary of. The elevation is, a lot different than, say, for Americans. It's very, I don't say the air is kind of thin. So just take precaution in that. Like you said, I have asthma. So I've already have breathing issues. So literally, I have to have my inhaler. I might have to hit the inhaler. You know what I'm saying? Hit it with a, you know what I'm saying? But just pay attention to that type of stuff. Just do your research on that. Some of the things I didn't know about Mexico City, that it's the most populated city in all of North America. It's crazy. Like, I think it's something like 9 million people or something like that. And like in one city, I'm like, man.
And you can feel it. The traffic was pretty thick. In order to get to some of the locations we went to, you definitely need to be on time.
Yeah, plan accordingly. Leave early. Don't think, okay, I got time. No. You might want to leave early.
It's like city traffic.
Yeah, it's all city traffic. Yeah. Another cool thing about Mexico, Mexico City, there's more than 150 museums in the whole city, and that's literally the most in North America in one city. I'm like, how do you squeeze 150 museums in one city? And then it's only come second to London. So I didn't even know London had that many museums,
Mm-hmm.
But I think that was pretty crazy. Any other topics you think about for something, what I'm saying, we had to find out there?
I think that talking about the Central Square, I think it's the largest.
Second largest
square
in the world.
That's pretty phenomenal.
So when I say, like, when you feel all these cathedrals, the Parliament, the square, the other buildings there, you feel it.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's pretty huge. It's pretty amazing to say, hey, I've been to the second largest square in the world. And like I said, how they just fit it all there and just built the city around that. So that was pretty cool. I would say 3 reasons why you should visit Mexico City is definitely for the food. Like, the food was amazing. And then the caveat off the food is cheap. Because I know you and I, we literally would order 4 dinners in one night because we I want to try everything. Yeah, because we're only there for 4 days. Hey, I need the tacos. I need the enchiladas. Okay, I need this. I need that. I need blah, blah, blah. I need some of the sweets that they have. We had to try everything, And then, like I said, and I really didn't feel like I was wasting money, even though we didn't eat all the food. But it was so cheap. I'm like, well, all right. And there was no sweat off my back. So, and another thing that's good about the city is there's plenty of day trips, from the capital. So you can go to all these different ruins that are within driving distance of Mexico City. Because a lot of, I don't say a lot, but some places they don't have that. Like once you get to the city, that's pretty much everything is there, self-contained. You really don't need to leave. So I think that in itself, like you can cover a lot of ground when you go to Mexico City. Anything to be aware?
I would say that, a lot of times when we went to some of the places, like when we went to the pyramids, people are trying to sell you things, and it can be overwhelming at times with the people coming up to you and asking you, would you like to buy this? And, you're having to say no several times. But we always do try to support the local vendors, and so you can't support them all. It's too many there. So I think that probably was the most overwhelming thing.
First come, first serve
for us. Yeah, because it's like, I already bought something from there. Well, and sometimes it's like they're selling the same things too, right?
They are selling the same thing, yeah.
So it's kind of difficult to be overwhelmed and bombarded, but it is what it is. That's a part of tourism.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I would say, from my point of view, just bring cash. Because I don't like swiping my card, debit card or credit card, all over the place. So I definitely just have cash on hand. And I think that's just a golden rule. And then the last thing I would say, the whole tequila having a worm in it, I didn't try that. I mean, I was recommended not to try it. So, for whatever reason, I don't think it's just not hygienic or whatever. I know back in the day, like 90s, 80s or whatever, people used to just do it because they thought it was cool. Like I seen like candy that had a worm in it. I was like, damn. So yeah, it just said don't do it, But like I said, it's up to you guys. If you want the full experience,
do you?
Do you, So this is your experience. Don't let me tell you what not to do. But like I said, some of the stuff that we told you today, just try it out. Let me know what you think, how it made you feel. Like I said, we really was blessed to go to Mexico City for like I said, our anniversary. We had a wonderful time, and hopefully, like I said, we could do another Mexico segment for Tulum, which I'm really looking forward to. Talking about, going to see, taking pictures and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
So, like I said, if you go to my Instagram, Travels of Preston, you definitely can see a lot of the pictures that I took in Mexico City. So please stay tuned. Bear with us during these trying times, and I'll see you guys on the next episode. Peace.